Hi there. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 30 Minutes of My Day. And welcome to kind of, in a way, sorry for the shadows. Oh, look at that. Oh, rats. Kind of, in a way, the beginning of my December dailies. I still have a tiny little bit of preliminary work to do. I'm going to try and turn off my overhead because that is driving me nuts. Hold on. Okay, let's keep trying. Hopefully there's not too much now. I'm really just working on my daylight that's coming from my window over there. Anyhow, I still have a tiny little bit of preliminary work to do on my cover for my December dailies. So this really isn't my December dailies. It's the lead up. So that's why I figured it still counts as 30 minutes of my day because I still have a little bit of work to do. My book is ready. You'll notice the stunningly beautiful artwork of Jan Brett on the covers here. And then there's this is Christmas fabric. It still had the selvage on it. And it's a Christmas fabric. Golly, now I forget. I think it said Danish Designs or something. So I am suspecting, this is not English, I'm suspecting that maybe that's Danish writing on it, and I love it. And then inside, I used scrapbook paper, and as you can see, there's sparkly baker's twine there through the eyelets, and then I have my signatures ready. This is a no-sew journal. So if you're wondering how to make a no-sew journal, Johanna Clough or Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, they have some excellent tutorials on how to make a no-sew journal. And a no-sew journal it's a wonderful, quick way to make a journal. This was a Reader's Digest book. It's a wonderful, quick way to make one, and it's a fun way if you're going to be doing artwork because you can remove the pages, just work on the paper without the bulk of the book cover, and then slide it into place. So that's my plan. I am going to move my camera up. I should have been ready. I'm sorry. Hold on. There, that's a little better. So I have actually 28 pages prepared for my book. And the reason why is I could have had 24 pages, precisely 24. I want to have a cover page, and that means I had to choose, because they fold, I had to choose between 24 pages and 28 pages. So I'm opting right now for 28 pages, and perhaps if I don't use them all up, I can cut some pages and just glue them on. I'll show you how I do it. There's a way to do it. So I may just do that. However, today, instead of doing my daily, I want to work on a front cover for the book. Now, I have everything else set up. I couldn't print off. Barbara has a digital print. If you go to 49 Dragonflies, she has a PDF file that you can print off her list of the Daily Collage Challenge. I couldn't print it off because I don't have a color printer, and it had a background image in it, and I just worried I would waste too much ink trying to print off a black and gray and white image. So I just simply typed out the list again and just printed a typewritten list for myself. So that's why mine looks different. It still is the same list as Barbara's challenge. And then what I've also done for myself is I started a mini list of, that's not the one I want. Hold on, I printed it off this morning. Where is it? There it is. I started a mini list of stories that I want to be able to write in my book after I've collaged. So my December daily is the collage challenge. But I will be adding stories to go with the collage. So in a way, I'm giving myself, as ever, why not complicate things, Catherine? I've given myself a double challenge because I'm going to be doing Barbara's challenge, which is, oh, jeepers. Where did I put it? Which is this. But then I also, my challenge is that my collage that I do on any particular day, I want it to enhance whatever story it is I have planned to write about in this book, because my goal is for this book to be a keepsake, pardon me, for hopefully maybe somebody in my family will want it and want to read about what Christmases used to be like in our family, in my side of the family. So that's the goal. I scanned a few black and white photos so that I can include those. Yesterday I was telling you about the scary Santa in our family pictures, and there it is. That's my big brother at 1 year old, and look at that Santa. He's a little bit alarming. Fortunately, my brother didn't seem to mind. He was a good-natured baby, apparently. My mom said that he was just a lovely natured baby. And so obviously he didn't mind, and he knew that Santa had good intentions. Now this is him 5 years later. He's 5 years old, and I'm looking at the Santas, and I think it's still the same man. Sure, that nose looks exactly the same. So, and I suspect that these would have either been taken, as I was explaining in yesterday's little visit that we had, either at Eaton's or at Simpson's. They were our big store competitors in downtown Toronto. They both had massive 3-4 story stores that took up blocks in Toronto, very similar to the way Macy's and that just literally takes up blocks in New York City. Eaton's and Simpson's were huge, and they eventually had separate extra buildings that they would moved into. And anyhow, it was a lovely time to be growing up, and all their wonderful windows that were decorated for all the seasons, but were especially beautiful at Christmas. So this is going to get put away for now, so that I don't have to keep bashing and banging it around till the end when I put the pages in. And now I've got to put it away. Where? So what I want to do today, right now, is, I want to make sure I've got the right one on the outside. I do. I want to create an opening page for this keepsake book. So I'm going to put these away. I think I want to create some tabs as well, just so that I don't lose track of which bundle of papers is which signature. So I'm just going to do my usual page tabs. Keep it simple, Catherine. 1. It's a miserable day where I am here today. Pouring rain, cold, damp. My elbows are aching. There we go. All right, that's better. That helps. Now, so this is my front page, and I have plans for it. Oh, I guess I don't need. So the front page is, for now, tentatively has the 3 pages, and these have 2. But I could very well move one of these over into maybe the center. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll put the extra page into the center. I don't know yet. Why am I worrying about such things? Now, I just want to make sure I made one of these a little longer because, yeah, that's the one that's a little bit longer because, as you know, there's a displacement of paper when you put folded papers and bundle them together. The very inside paper gets shoved out a little bit more on this side. So I actually made the cover of this one that goes over 3 a little tiny bit longer, just for appearance's sake. And I also, because this is cardstock that I'm using, I did 3 scores down the center, almost like file folders. so that there's a little bit more give here. I'm anticipating by the end, because it's collaging and going to be collaging on every single page, that this, my goal is to try and prevent an alligator mouth. So let's get started. I have plans today. And of course, now I'm looking around and I can't see where the paper is. Ah, here it is. So my plan is to use this Brown's Hotel on the front cover. So I want to put that on there because that is one of my family's last names. I don't ascribe anymore to that patriarchy of it's always the male name. I feel equally attached to my father's side of the family, or my mother's side of the family, or all of my grandmother's sides of the families. I love those last names, and they're very much part of me. However, this warms my heart just in its own right, like I said, because my granddad Brown came from London, England, and actually came from the exact neighborhood where Dickens decided that Bob Cratchit's address needed to be. So that tells you a bit of how poor my granddad's family was. They did okay, but they weren't rich. So that, I think that's a rather lovely little historical add to my family book here. So here's my plan. I'm trying to decide which side will get put in. And then I'm going to use some of Jan's. I have a few pages. Remember, I saved a few pages for myself out of her book. So I think my first plan here is I want this window, but I don't want her artwork in the window. So this is ever my fun that I love about fussy cutting, is to make a fussy cut your own. So nothing on that. I want this. Now I'm going to cut that leaf overlaps. I love when artists do that. So I'm going to be careful and not cut that leaf off. I want it loose. So I am going to carefully, I still want this to be a straight line. So I'm just going to go to there. And then I will cut the rest with my scissors when the time comes. Now let's do this. I hope you can see. It's in the shadow. I apologize. There we go. I'll save that. Maybe that can go somewhere on a baking page. Come on. There we go. Cute. That will get saved. Now, let's play with this. I'm going to need my X-Acto and my glass. And let's finish cutting this. Wonder what that means. Creedheil? I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. One of you will know. One of you will know. You're all wonderful and live all in wonderful places in the world. Someone's going to know what that word means. Now I want to cut around this leaf. Hopefully you know what I mean. You'll know very soon what I mean what my plans are for this. I spent the morning once again trying to, how can I move into a bigger room and get more clutter. Well, because I got more room for clutter, I guess. What am I thinking? How's that for an answer? More room for clutter. Anyhow, I just feel the clutter is so overwhelming to me. On the other hand, you know what it's like with junk journaling. We can't necessarily declutter. We just have to find better ways to keep track of our things because we may need them. Those of us who work only with original things, we can't just walk over to our computer and print things off. It requires that we actually keep our papers and keep them sorted so we know where we can access them. There we go. All right. So now my plan is, this part's going to be tricky. How big is this going to be? So if I put my Brown's Hotel, and then I put my little bird looking out, Brown's Hotel, right there, little bird, Oh, hold on, you're not even in the middle. I'm trying to figure out, I know that I'm going to have to trim some of, I'm going to probably lose that charming part of the window. That's okay. Nope, it looks like I'm going to have to give up 2 layers of the window. That's all right. So maybe I'm going to have to tear around that, and there will come my collaging. All right, so I've got to lose that, but I could use that top of that window. We'll see. All right, so I need to, I'm going to bring my light closer so that hopefully I can see better. Come on. I don't worry too much if my cutting line isn't very, that's cute. My cutting line isn't very straight because as ever, I guess I could have just used my scissors for that part. As ever, Distress ink is going to cover a multitude of flaws. There we go. Now, I want to keep the snow. There we go. There we go. Now, I am going to pause and finish this so you can see what my plan is. So it's, by the time I'm done, it's going to be a lovely window and a little bird, but that's not, no one in my family looks like that. So I'm taking that out. All right, hold on. And next time when it's always going to be like I snap my finger and all the windows will be removed. Hold on. Okay, so there is our little bird window. I used my X-Acto and now I can personalize that little bird window so that it is more suited for what I want in my family's book. So, as ever, raw edges get inked. There will be much inking before this book is done. There we go. And then I found what I want to put behind it. Now I want that extra inked because that's where I had to trim off the top part of the window. So I really, really want that dark so that it looks like it's always been that way. So lots of... There we go. Now, I do want to ink the inside of the windows. Just those little edges there. Just makes a little bit of a difference, but it's enough that I certainly notice it. Oh, I had such a great day yesterday. So, well, I guess Sunday. It was my birthday, as you know. And I got spoiled, which was nice. And I don't need to be spoiled, but what a treat to have such a wonderful family. I got phone calls. I got sung to by grandbabies. Oh my goodness, the singing. That might have been the best part. Is all the little voices singing to me, and the visits. I got to see lots of them, and I got to talk to lots of them. And then my one daughter, who enjoys watching me craft along here, this is nice, and I didn't expect this at all, heard me sad because my label machine was broken. So, oh, hold on. I got a new label machine from the kiddos for my birthday. Yay, everything's getting labeled again. All right, so now what I want to do is, let's move you, is I've picked out a picture from this Ideals. What year is this? Does it say? Oh, come on. You're probably out. Oh, this one isn't too old. This is 2004. So it's only 16 years old. I want that picture. I want that to be the inside of the house that this little birdie is looking in at. And I don't need that side, so I'm just going to recklessly tear it out. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So, what I'm going to do is decide where I want the window to be. And I think I want it right there. Right there. So it's going to be here and here. And then I'm going to give myself a line there. And then sort of there and there. All right. Let's do it. We can do it. Now that is the actual line I want. That might still be useful later. You just never know, I guess, with collaging. I don't know what to expect from attempting this December dailies. You may find that by this time next week, I'm apologizing to everyone saying, I thought I could do it, I can't do it. I don't know. We'll see. All right, now I'm going to, I don't need quite so much down here because that's where the little birdie is. And then up here, yes, I need that maybe about there. There we go. So there is a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree there with lots of presents. And then this is going to go over top. Lovely. Now, I want these corners are rounded, so I'm just going to take these little corners off right now, just in case, so that they don't show up. Now this will be nerve-wracking because I'm going to use my art glitter glue and hope for the best, because I want all those panes to lay down. All right, let's just do it. Let's make sure that this is already started. I haven't used it yet today. Okay, so yeah, so I will be doing 2 videos today after I finish here, and I better hurry up. There we go, that's better. After I finish doing this front page, I will be actually doing my December daily for today. Apparently we do right up till Christmas Eve. We do 24. So today, 1st of December, will be my first December daily. And we'll see if it's my last or not. There we go. And I've already glued it to the tree. There we go. I'm going to stand up. Sorry, I have to bring it closer to me. Maybe I should do this upside down so that I can get this window closer. We did it. We did it. We did it. Awesome. It's a little crooked, not enough to be noticeable. I can see some of it right here. I'm going to have to trim. Sorry. I'm standing and trying to trim. There we go. Lovely. Oh, that turned out cute. I much prefer that side. I like it because there's nobody in the window, no humans. So it could really be anyone's living room. And I think that, now I may use my tear edge ruler. Gosh, I don't like to lose that address. Oh boy, I'm going to rethink that. Oh, and I'm at 29 minutes. All right, you may have to see the finished. I do this to myself all the time. Oh, jeepers. Do I want this out here? Let's see if I bring it right out to the edge. No, I still cannot fit that whole address in. I guess that address doesn't matter because it's not in the neighborhood. I want the Browns Hotel. Ah, maybe I could do that. That still doesn't fit on the page. I'm still too high up here. All right, so I may have to, yeah, I think I'm going to have to find a way to just take out Brown's Hotel. Hold on. I'm going to pause, finish this, and that way I can still show you in this video what the end result looks like. So hold on. Okay, did it. This is what I decided on. So I was able to save the paper from that stationery, the heading up here. It was a little pale against this background, so I just put a little bit of, a nice hunter green behind it. And then I still saved the address down here. Even though the address really means nothing to us, I still wanted to save the spirit of the stationery that I found in a book one day. And then, of course, here's the little window we created from part of a drawing from Jan Brett and part of the photo from out of an old Ideals magazine. So there we go. That is going to be where I write my dedication in here, and maybe a little explanation of what this book is for whoever someday down in my the branches of my family tree wonder what this book is for. This is where I'm going to write that right there. And then we will get started on my December dailies, which will not be hopefully not nearly so complicated as this. All right, so take care. If you want to follow along with me as I try my best to do 24 December dailies, if you're not subscribed, please think about hitting the subscribe and the bell down there, and also hit like. And I look forward to the upcoming month with you. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.